Are the playoffs good for college football?
No, they're terrible. And I love what Nick Saban's saying here because I'm a guy, and again, call me an old fart, whatever, but when I was playing college football, winning your conference championship was the greatest thing in the world. If someone won the Big Ten or the Pac-10 or the SEC...
Winning your conference or the conference championship?
Well, no, there were no championship games. Winning your conference back then was everything, and that's what everybody celebrated. You went to a nice bowl game, and hopefully you got voted number 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 in the country. But winning your conference was a big, big deal, and that's what players saw. We've turned it now into, if you don't win the national championship, you're a failure. And coaches, oh, he's never won a national championship. He's never done that. That's what Nick Saban is pushing back against. There's a lot of successful teams, a lot of successful programs that have taken their kids to conference championships, have taken their kids on a magical educational ride, and, you know, the schools made a lot of money, and they don't get any credit now because it's all about the playoffs. And Nick Saban's sitting there trying to remind himself and his players, we're playing for the conference championship on Saturday against Florida. That's what we better be into.
Well, I would agree that everybody lacks perspective. But I think, you know, I tend to be a moderate politically and fiscally and even in my personal life. I don't have the gene to get hooked on stuff. I tend to be, and I think everything's good, even wine, alcohol in small doses, a doctor would say it's good for your heart. Most things in moderation are fine, even the things we think are bad for you. So I think college football, when we have perspective, which is in short supply often, even in the media, is fine. I like conference championships. They add another week of great drama. I like the playoff. What I always tell my friends at USC, Pete Carroll's the greatest coach ever. I said, when Pete coached, you won the Pac-10, you play for the title. Now he'd have to play another conference game, a conference championship, a Clemson in the semifinal, 3 more great teams before Alabama. As long as you have perspective, and realize what Bama's doing remarkable, and realizing even if Michigan just goes to the Rose Bowl and wins, it's a fantastic season. It's tremendous.
But no one has that perspective, and everyone, again, what Nick Saban's railing against is like, you want to know why I am the way that I am? You want to know why that sometimes I may be overly forgiving towards my players who have misconduct? It's because if I don't win a national championship, all of you guys are going to jump on my ass and start, oh, Nick Saban's backing off and he's failing. Maybe they need a new coach. And this goes on all over the country because we've lost complete perspective and we have to figure out a system where there's a tournament to see who's number 1. And again, I'll just go back to the only people that aren't benefiting from these extra games. Sports fans are benefiting. Sports broadcasters are benefiting. Players, the guys on the field risking their lives, damaging their bodies, they're not benefiting.